The following is a presentation of The Day.
They work year-round to support their classmates. They work harder to support their teammates. They waited a year for their day, their chance to show their heart, and then it was all gone. Back to the mats, back to the pulls and tears and burns, back to the trips and falls and endless days of practice, all for this day, for the precision, the performance, the show. None have their energy, none have their passion. Their strength and athleticism will be put to the test. Their hearts will swell, and some will be broken. The judges are eyeing them, the fans are cheering them, and all eyes are upon them. The flyers will soar, the bases will control the floor. They all will roar and leave the crowd wanting more. It's the ECC Cheerleading Championships, and it's live on game day on theday.com.
A live and rambunctious crowd filing into the X at Waterford High School. For the parents and competitors and families, it feels like forever. For the athletes, the moment is now. It's the 2022 ECC Cheerleading Championships, and it's all live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Scient Federal Credit Union. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. And also by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, we provide essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality. We enhance and support the vitality and livability of the communities we serve. Welcome, everybody, to the ECC Cheerleading Championships. Casey O'Neill, along with Melissa DuPont, down on the sideline. Always ready for the interviews. The sports doctor is lurking, but you know what? He can wait his turn. Melissa, thank you for joining us again. It's always fun to have you with us.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. I'm excited for today, especially after a long hiatus of no ECCs. It feels good to be back.
Yeah, and that's really the story that we're hearing from all of these teams and all of these coaches today is just gratitude. Thankful to be back on the mat. 2 years has gone by. A lot of them haven't competed, and to get back in front of a crowd, the energy, you can see people really embracing the idea of gratitude, just happy to be back again.
Yes, absolutely. You can really see it. It's nice to have a crowd, see the families, be able to cheer on and watch these athletes today.
Well, nothing makes me happier than the following. The sports doctor in his element. When he gets to talk to happy cheerleaders, it's nothing better than that. Sports doctor, how's it looking down there today?
Hey, Casey, I made the rounds like I normally do at this event, and 3 words I had for the ladies out there today were steal the show. I mean, the show is back. It's back at Waterford High School. Game day is back. And Case, you know as well as I do, this is one of these events where we can feed off the crowd, and let's have a great day today here at the X.
We are moments away on the mat, linking arms. Wheeler High School, the Lions, fittingly, the sports doctor's alma mater. They represent Division III, and they are out on the mats.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see them here today. It's one of the larger teams that they've ever had.
Here comes the favorite part. The energy's going up.
Yeah, they had some fantastic energy during the warm-ups. They did really well. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to do pull-out.
Good-sized group. Coach Sherry Tardif, Catherine Noonan likes this group.
tumbling sequence here. Nice pyramid. It's a single base pyramid.
Tough to, the anxiety of going first, right?
Yeah.
First out the gate. Do you
First
set the tone right away and set the bar where everybody else has to come and get you?
I think you're trying to set the bar.
Now Wheeler does not have fall cheer, so this is the first time a lot of these girls have been out in competition this year.
Yep, that's right. So they just started in December, and then considering COVID and everything like that, they've only had a little bit of time to work. They're doing good so far.
Only 3 returning cheerleaders, so a lot of new faces out there.
This is the partner stop. And you can see the energy rising. It's going into their dance.
And this is really the favorite part for most of these groups. They love the opportunity to bring the energy, show a little personality.
Exactly. So you see lots of floor work today, and that's to help maximize their scores.
I like that.
Hey, great job, Wheeler.
Listen to the crowd. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, look at those coaches rush that mat.
Cathartic after 2 years, and you could feel not just the Wheeler coaches, but everybody in the crowd. This was the first group back on the mat after a long time, and they brought it right off the bat. The Wheeler Lions setting the bar high here in the early stages of competition in Division III.
Yeah, fantastic.
So what was your impression of their routine? What did you see from what they performed today?
Yeah, I think they did a fantastic job. Like I said, during their warm-ups, they had lots of high energy. You can see that they added a lot of flair, a lot of floor work this year. Because they're a larger team, they're able to have more partner stunts.
Well, let's see how they feel about it. Sports Doctor.
Hey, Casey. Ute and Kat here from Wheeler High School. My alma mater, by the way. Listen, you girls knocked it out of the park. How do you think you did out there?
I think we did really well for the time that we had, and this was like a really great team. I'm so proud of us.
Right. The best part of your performance out there, you think, as a team, was what?
I think it was the dance. We spent so much time working on the sharpness of the dance, especially the last part. I'm out of breath.
You're out of breath. But talk about the pressure about going first and setting the tone a little bit right out of the gate.
We were really nervous at first, but just realized that we set the bar for everyone else, and we channeled all of our nervousness into being strong and heading every move.
Casey, how do you like that? The Wheeler Lions setting the bar for everybody else here at the X.
Absolutely, Sports Doctor. Gotta love the Sports Doctor's alma mater going #1 out to shoot, and they did him proud. Great job from the Wheeler Lions. And Melissa, you said it. Their floor routine, but the dance is really where you can see a lot of the focus, try to earn as many points as possible early on. And they were very happy. And coming up next, we're going to be, I think, many people's favorite in Division II is going to be the home team, the Waterford Lancers. They got a very strong group. They're led by 3 all-state cheerleaders, Caitlin Brown and Camille Cadrello are seniors and a junior, and then a freshman, Adriana Caba, is also an all-state performer, and so they're going to have 3 all-staters out there with them today. And this group always knows how to own their home area, so very excited to see what happens with Waterford in Division II.
Yeah, I'm excited, but we also have to, we can't forget that this is going to be a young team heading that mat, right? So while fantastic talent, only 2 of them are returning and have only ever competed at ECCs. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, and I think that's, something that the grateful, the gratitude for being back on the mat is tempered a little bit by the strategy that we've talked to the coaches about, which is, my strategy is I'm just getting new kids out there to learn, because I've got freshmen and sophomores, and there's some teams here that have no seniors at all, and so they're just trying to get people out there to get some experience.
Yep, exactly. So a lot of these teams for some of these teams, they've been able to go to invitationals, they've been able to go to a couple of other competitions prior to this, and for some teams, it's the first time that they're hitting the mat. I believe Wheeler, this might have been the first time they got to hit a mat. I know Waterford competed last weekend. But they're also in their home gym today.
That's right, familiar mats, familiar surroundings. Listen, if you're going to be looking to try to overcome a couple of years, you want to bring in a coach that's super. And that's what Waterford did. They went in and brought in a new assistant coach, Michaela Super, and I think if you're going to bring in new energy, you might as well be super energy. But I think that's important to note, too, that, you know, it's not just the kids that are new to this. A lot of new coaches have come in over the last 2 years, both head coaches and assistant coaches, some of whom are very young. So we've got some coaches who have been here forever, and others who are in their first or second year doing it. Imagine being a first-year head coach when the pandemic started. Now you're still kind of a brand new coach, but you've had 2 years of nothing.
Right.
You know, that's a really challenging situation for both coaches and performers. And that picture there of Lancer Nation said it all. Here comes Division II Waterford, ready to rock the house at the X.
Waterford, you may take the mat. Waterford, you may begin when ready.
Early tumbling, a lot of energy, but Waterford clearly wants to take advantage of those 3 all-staters.
Yeah, they're going to take full advantage of their tumbling skills.
Much smaller group than we just saw, right? So only 7 on the mat, one of the smaller groups.
So while they have 7, that means they have to max participation to really get those high scores. As you can see, they're doing a really good job there. Nice solid pyramid.
Very impressed with their precision so far. They've been right in sync with each other.
They have. Now they're going to go to a pull-up flip. Switch it up to another one. Pull down.
And some more tumbling. Very nice. Hit that one well.
That was a nice flow. And then do a basket toss. Little bobble there, but they recovered.
A couple of the tiny flyers, too. They can really get elevation. They can get them up in the air. Perfect.
Nice heel strut. And here they're going to take that nice deep breath and go into their dance. Some great use of the floor there. Good job, the Waterford Lancers.
Very nice. The Waterford Lancers. Coach Kirsten Maskell's got to be thrilled with just coming on again right in the beginning of the competition. You know, the nerves are as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
And only 7, and they came out and put together just a brilliant performance. Unbelievable stunters, Rebecca Rourke, Kira Harney. The Lancers are happy. The tears and the emotions, and the sports doctors got them.
All right, Casey, we got Janaea and Caitlin here. Great job out there, girls. What do you think the best part of your performance was?
Definitely the dance. We worked really hard for it, and I think we did really good.
All season long, you got 3 minutes out there in the mat. What's going through your mind out there?
We just want to hit the routine the best and the hardest we can, and that's what's going through our head.
A lot of smiles out there, too. How do you think you guys did?
I think we did the best we could with what we've been going through for the past past weeks.
Yeah, the past few weeks, it's a small group, but you guys really showed up here at the X. I'm sure you're very proud of yourselves.
Yes, we're very proud. We worked really hard.
Right. Great job, Casey. Waterford High School in the house.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Very proud Lancer Nation, as always. They represented very well. The home crowd loved them. You know, Melissa, I've said this every year we've done this competition. All of the sports that we have, we've had, you know, rivalries within the fan groups, right? So when you go to a basketball game, it's us versus them, very much us versus them. With wrestling, last week we saw a lot of mutual respect between the wrestlers because they all went through that same grind, and no matter what happens, you suffered the same. I love this event because while everyone's rooting for their own kids certainly to do well, there is no animosity in this building. Everybody wants everybody to nail it, and I think the energy of support from all of the people here today makes it unique to all of the sports that we do.
Yeah, no, I agree for sure. It's great to see everyone and all the fans in the crowd cheering on the other teams when they like something, when they see something hit. Even if they see a bobble, you can hear it in the crowd. They're really, really watching them, and there's great support all around. And it's great to see the teams cheering on each other's teams.
And that, I mean, that says it right there, right? So you got Wheeler, and they're holding up a sign for NFA, and that absolutely is what we're talking about here. These girls are hoping that, you know, they do their best and everybody else does their best, and whatever happens, happens, which makes me kind of feel like today is maybe more so than ever less about winning and more about being out there competing more than ever. Not that they don't want to win. Right. They all want to win. Yeah. But today feels like it's more about getting out there than it is even winning. Next coming up on the mats is going to be the back-to-back, the defending two-time Division I champions. They won it back in 2019. They won it back in 2020. I, of course, am referring to the NFA Wildcats. Now, they've got a first-year head coach, Shahir Ahmed, first-year assistant coach, Lauren Engel. They're both alumni. They're both cheer alumni from NFA. Now, they're only returning 2 cheerleaders, but those 2 were a part of the 2020 championship team, Christina Clements and Bella Tabak. And I'll tell you, the team might be young, but they've got sophomore Campbell Apperson, who made the Double L All-State cheerleading team, freshman Laura Piper, and junior Carly Killingsworth as well. So they really think this Division I is theirs, right? Like, this is one of those, this is a team who says, we own Division I. Back-to-back years, we need to come out here again and show it again. Yeah,
absolutely. They're here defending. There's a lot of pressure on NFA, right? So they just won back-to-back. Then it's, again, one of those teams that has a brand new coach, right? And 2 really young coaches. Although they're alumni students, there's that pressure for the coaches too. So it's not just the athletes today, it's the coaches as well.
And these NFA coaches, if you went and saw them, you wouldn't know them from the NFA cheerleaders. They're young. I mean, they only graduated a few years ago themselves. So, but one thing you can count on with NFA, you can usually count on size of the squad is usually pretty robust.
Yep.
You can always count on them as well. For, at least in my past experience, they've always been very, very strong at everything. So where some teams have come in and had to try to hide something a little bit, NFA has been able to come and sort of perform well in the dance, perform well on the floor. They have tumblers, they have flyers. They've always seemed to be able to do a little bit of everything.
They do. They try to really try to maximize that and show their strength in each category for sure.
Now, unlike some years, I do not see a co-ed team, so sometimes we have co-ed teams which allow them to compete in the co-ed division at states. This NFA team is not co-ed. We will have a couple of co-ed teams here today performing. The NFA Wildcats.
They open up with some single bases.
jump. I like that.
Yeah, so you'll see a lot of the teams doing those forward consecutive jumps, and they're doing that for those scores. Nice pull up to good. Nice inversion there.
Crowd likes that.
We're going tosses.
And the catch, very nice.
Nice synchro tumbling they got there. They're gonna catch some of their tumblers passes.
Very nice. And that means it's time to kick it.
They're gonna have another pyramid.
Oh, I like the fallback. Nice. They seem to have a lot of strong pyramids throughout the routine.
They did. They've added a lot of partner stunts this year, a lot of pyramids. Keep it going.
Crowd like that.
Yep.
Very creative.
Nice inversion.
The
Good
coaches
job, NFA, hitting those pyramids.
Yeah, the coaches for NFA are losing their minds right now, too. They're loving this routine.
Here we go into that dance. You can see NFA is pretty happy.
Seconds away from the energy bursting off the mat.
Hey, great job, Wildcats.
Yeah, they're happy.
Yeah.
The coaches are happy. The girls are happy. Nothing better in competition than bringing your A game. And NFA certainly did that.
Yeah, look at those fans. They're so proud.
You know, it's a good feeling when you do your best. I think NFA feels like they just did their best. And from there, it's about the judges and it's about the sports doctor.
All right, a whole lot of smiles, whole lot of energy, and a lot of attitude from NFA, Christina and Bella. What do you think about your performance out there?
We've just been so excited to perform it. We've been practicing it all week. We had a 3-hour practice last night. We just put everything out there on the mat, so I'm really feeling.
And you nailed it, too. What do you think the strongest part of the performance was as a team out there?
I think the energy altogether. Once we knew that we hit everything, that could really bring it home for us.
Right, so with the routine starts good, does it keep rolling after that and you guys get into a groove?
It does. Once we start hitting, we don't stop.
Yeah. NFA Wildcats, Casey, bringing the heat today.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. A happy group of the Wildcat fans, future cheerleaders as well in the stands, future NFA Wildcat athletes. And you know, we've talked about that in years past. The cheerleading, you know, for the people in the know, they know what the cheerleaders go through. They know what the athletic, you know, how athletic and strong and hardworking you have to be a cheerleader. But for the people at home that maybe aren't as into or don't know the inner workings of cheerleading, talk a little bit about the modern cheerleader and the work that they put in the weight room, in the gym,
Yeah.
in addition to on the mat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So a lot of these cheerleaders, you know, some of them come from a gymnastic background, right? So I know for NFA, they had 2 on the mat that had never cheered before and grew up doing gymnastics and entered high school and now is wanting to cheer. So you're bringing in the gymnastic capability, but then you have to teach them the fundamentals of cheer. So while they're skilled in tumbling, you have to start with fundamentals in cheerleading. And so with the younger teams, that's what a lot of these coaches are doing right now, working on fundamentals. So that means you have to build up their endurance. They have 2.5 minutes on a mat. They got to do everything they can. Well, if you don't have endurance, you're not going to be able to do it. So when they're in the weight room, when they're running, you know, that's how you're going to build up those endurance. And then just those practices over and over again, knowing how to break down, you know, fundamentals, building up that endurance, and then helping build that skill set. And so they have to almost start from the basic skills to get up to these elite skills, so they won't execute them correctly.
Well, next up, we're going to see there Panther Pride, the Plainfield Panthers heading on the mat, Danielle LaRue and Brooke Garrett, their coaches. Plainfield, they've gone all the way back to the youth program as coaches. This group, like the rest, Young, Gabby and Izzy Fitch, Abby Gibson, Gianna Manella, Michaela Barstow. There's going to be a lot of different girls on this team here that are invested in the Plainfield community. They've cheered together a long time. A lot of pride in Plainfield, and you can see nervous coaches and energetic girls. They're all ready to go.
Oh, there's Wheeler cheering on the Panthers.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to give a special shout out throughout the day to Wheeler High School. I don't usually compliment Wheeler High School because the sports doctor went there, but these girls have like earned an immediate place in my heart because they are cheering. They went first, and now they're cheering loudly for absolutely everyone. Signs for every other school.
I love
job,
to
Wheeler.
see that. Great job.
The Panthers of Plainfield High School. Now, I love this attitude from the coaches. They said that this Plainfield team wants to show that the pom-pom persona of the past has been replaced with hardcore athleticism, strength training, tumbling, and high-octane dance.
Yeah, you can see that with the jumps that they just did.
So if you're thinking this is your the old pom-pom squad, I got another thing coming. This is all about athleticism, precision, and then when they get to the dance, there's nothing better.
We're going to go into the basket tosses here. Nice pick ball. Little use of the floor to go into some partner stunts. So some good use of floor work here, some synchro tumbling.
It's a happy day in Plainfield today. The Plainfield girls basketball team upset St. Bernard's. They're headed to the Mohegan Sun for Tuesday night's final. Now their cheerleaders are on the mat, taking center stage for their own routine. A lot of happy people in Plainfield right now.
Cute partner work there in their pyramid. I got to see that pyramid during warm-ups, and it was a little shaky, so I was really happy to see Plainfield be able to hit that out of the park this time.
Here's the part where it's all over. Now they can just let it loose and have some fun.
Yeah, and now they can just sell it.
The Plainfield Panthers, the coaches are happy. They're done, and they're hugging, and there's the best part about it. When you've gone out, and it's over. All that work for 3 minutes, but guess what?
It's all over now.
Now you can
Now
breathe.
it's up to the judges. Yeah,
Now
now
you
you
can
can
breathe.
breathe. They're happy though. Look at them.
They are. Big day in Plainfield today. A lot of happy Panthers. The sports doctor has two of the happy cheerleaders. Sports
Got
doctor.
Abby and Gabby here, Casey. First of all, girls, your coach talked about the pom-pom days are over at Plainfield. It's all about strength and athleticism. First of all, talk about that approach coming into this thing.
God, we worked so hard all season for this. Our routine is the hardest it's ever been, and that's the best we've ever hit it out there. Oh my God, we did so much better than I thought we were gonna do.
It feels good too. Once you knock a couple things out of the park in the performance, it probably builds your confidence as a unit.
Yeah, with the pyramid, as soon as we nailed that last scale, I was just ready for the dance. I jumped off the ground a few times I'm not even supposed to. I don't know, I just had so much energy after hitting everything.
Feels good, doesn't
phenomenal,
it?
yeah.
All right, listen, ladies. Not one, but how about to the camera? 2 thumbs up for Plainfield High School. Let's go. Casey.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Hey, listen, they were happy. They nailed it. They're pleased. That's all that matters. Ledyard High School coming up next. Coach Lori Doherty said, we don't have a very young team. We have a very, very young team. No seniors. You know, like anyone else, they've been impacted by COVID, and she said, you know what? We're taking this group. They're very close-knit, and this is not about winning. Today, for this group, it's about a team, a true team, a family, doing your best, and that's what the coach said. You know, I'm not even concerned about how we place today. No seniors. These girls are all coming back. These girls are all new. I'm just going to let them go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, that's a great outlook. I think sometimes that's what you need to have, and then let them be pleasantly surprised and see how they place today. It's a learning experience, unlike anything you can ever describe to anyone.
Good sized group, 13, and the Wheeler girls are still in the back.
Yep.
Now they got their Ledyard signs up, and I'm going to bring this up every single time because Wheeler clearly came here today with their own mission, and their mission was to cheer. They knew they were going first.
Yep.
And they said, you know, what are we going to do for the next 2 hours after that? Well, we're going to cheer for everybody else. Just a special shout out to Wheeler every time. I'm so proud of these girls for involving everybody else and cheering for everybody else, taking the time to make those signs.
Yes, great job, Wheeler, for taking that time to do that.
Now, we've seen 2 teams out of Division III. You know, we saw Wheeler, then we saw Plainfield. From a pure, I mean, there's no more amateur person than me. I felt like Wheeler's routine was a little bit crisper, a little bit more technical than Plainfield's, but the Plainfield girls felt really good about their routine. So regardless of what the judges thought, they were happy.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be up to the judges, and so that's when, you know, the scores come into play, and you know, who hit a pyramid a little bit more solid, who was able to add a little more difficulty into that pyramid, and that's where you're going to see those 0.5 differences in scores. It's going to be really close this year, I think.
Well, as we wait for Ledyard, we should let you know that Game Day is brought to you by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, we provide essential electric, water, and other customer services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality. Enhancing and supporting the vitality and livability of the communities we serve, it's Groton City Utilities. Just waiting on Ledyard. Judges putting their final scores in. The Ledyard Colonels will be up next. That'll be our second Division II team.
Yep.
They're coming in off of the very nice performance of Waterford. So, you know, Ledyard, again, they're not really thinking about winning, you know, as much as they are competing.
Right.
But they'll be our second Division II team to compete here today. And on the heels of them, I think a team that a lot of people are looking forward to seeing today, East Lyme's in the hole. The East Lyme Vikings, a team that has, they do have winning on their mind. So,
they do.
And of course, at the end of all of the regular cheer competition at about 5:13, we break into the final group. And then at about 5:45 comes maybe the fan favorite part of today, and certainly one that we all look forward to, the unified cheerleading. We're going to have 4 unified teams today: Waterford, NFA, Plainfield, and Griswold. And that's always an important part. I have a good friend whose daughter competes on the Waterford unified team, and there's just nothing better than the way that the cheerleaders all interact during the unified competition is just, it's too good to be even explained. You're just going to have to come back and make sure you're a part of it at 5:45.
Yeah, for sure. It's been great to watch, and it's been great to see the unified teams expand, and more and more of these schools signing up and doing that.
There's nothing better than getting more student athletes onto the mat, getting more kids, you know, invested in their schools, and schools invested in their kids.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like we're getting ready for Ledyard to take the mat.
All right, Ledyard Colonels, your time to shine.
Ledyard, you may begin when ready.
throw right into some partner stunts here. Oh, sorry, basket drop.
Very nice.
There we go. While you might not see a lot of difficulty, you can, because they're a young team and they're still learning a lot of those fundamentals, they're doing really well today.
Good tumbling. They hit some good pyramids early.
Nice back handspring. Nice little level change pyramid. Looks like they're going to go into their dance.
Waiting for their cue.
And so what's going to be exciting about Ledger for the coach is, since she has no seniors, she's not going to lose anyone, and so you can continue to grow this program. So it'll be nice to see them next year.
Were they ahead of their schedule, and that's why they had to wait for their dance to come in?
They might have, or they might have had to cut something out. Okay, great job, Ledger.
Job, Ledger Colonels. Very happy group. I'll be interested, as I always am, with no seniors. I'm just interested to see how they're feeling about themselves right now. No senior leadership. The juniors have stepped up to become the leaders on the team. So for this group, not only is it about the now, but they're all coming back next year.
Exactly.
So, how are you feeling about the future of Ledger cheerleading right now? I think you probably feel pretty good.
I think so too. I think for the young ones who maybe never been to a competition before, seeing the other schools compete, usually it ignites something in you, and you're ready to go start working out and stretching all off season. So that way, when you're back cheering, you're ready to go. And it looks like we might have two of the Ledger cheerleaders. Looks like we might have two to find out how they're feeling.
The Sports Doctor will have a couple of happy Ledger cheerleaders with him right now. Sports Doctor.
All right, Casey, got Emily and Alexis in here from Ledger High School. First of all, how do you guys think you did?
I think we did really well, knowing that we made a routine last night, and I think everybody went out, did a nice job, and hit everything.
All smiles, out of breath. What do you think the best part of the routine was?
100% the dance. Everyone got so hyped. It was so much fun. I love that.
Talk about, what last year to this year, the difference in the team and the whole attitude.
It wasn't really a team last year because of COVID, but we all came together. We worked really hard with new stunt groups and new people coming into the team. We actually didn't have a team last year because of COVID and everything, so the fact that we had so many returning girls and new girls coming up was just absolutely amazing.
Listen, let's point at the camera and tell them Ledger's back on the map. Go ahead, point at the camera. Ledger's back on the map. Casey?
Thank you, Sports Doctor.
Casey, I don't know if you caught that, but they just said they finished their routine last night.
Yeah, I did hear that.
That's quite incredible.
That's like, staying up overnight to get that paper done.
Yeah.
Now, if you see a crowd of East Lyme Vikings right now, they seem hyped. When we show you this cheer squad, you're not seeing double. There is, in fact, 18 East Lyme cheerleaders on the mat. 37 cheerleaders in the program, the biggest number they have ever had with the JV and the varsity squad. head coach Hannah Taylor, Kristen Morgan, and assistant coach Sydney Taylor. They're sending 18 girls out onto the mat today, triple almost the size of Waterford. I mean, that's a big group. They have to feel great about the health of their program right now.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Now you have to remember, East Lyme is in that division where they're competing against NFA, who's already won back-to-back ECC titles. So East Lyme really wants and is fighting for that #1 spot.
Well, they haven't competed with this many girls. We haven't seen this size of a squad yet, so we'll see what that's like. But last weekend, the East Lyme varsity took first place and were the grand champs at the Griswold competition, so they've got a little success already. Oh, the shoes are fabulous. Yeah, see, if you're gonna come rock the cheerleading competition, do it with sparkles.
Right.
And the crowd in East Lyme, very hyped right now as well. They got 5 seniors, 3 captains, Kenzie Liza, Kayla Gartzu, and Alana Benoit, and they're going to rely on that senior leadership. But talk a little bit about 18 kids on the mat and what that does.
Yeah, so with 18 kids on the mat, and I'm used to competing with 18 to 20. I like the big numbers, but with the big numbers come big challenges, especially during COVID. You need every single one of these athletes to be doing something to have those high scores. So that means you can't really have a front or someone not doing something, because that takes away from your score. So with 18, you need all 18 doing something all together.
Now you can, for lack of a better term, you can hide during certain parts, certain people. They can have a role, but they're not necessarily, in the judge's eye. But with 18, I would think the amount of things you can do goes up a lot. But like you said, while you might not be, an integral part of every move, every routine, to get precise with 18's got to be really challenging.
Right, the precision's going to be key. So with 18, that means that you need 4 to 5 partner stunts, whereas if you have 7, you can have 2 partner stunts. And so that's the integral part. So that means you need 4 or 5 flyers to be able to have max capability, be able to hit all of those marks, and then you have to make sure you have synchro timing. So I love big squads, but with big squads also comes those additional challenges.
Listen to the East Lyme cheering section. Very, very pumped right now for this group of girls. They are fired up, and 18 Vikings walking on the mat. East Lyme, the show is yours.
East Lyme, you may begin when ready.
They open right up with a nice basket toss, some standing tumbling. More standing back handspring. See other single bases.
And already you can see a lot more to catch the eye with 18.
Right, but it's what I'm saying right here, Casey. You have 4 flyers, all hitting. Good job.
Well done. Oh, I like that. We haven't seen that viewpoint yet.
Yep. So that was some of their their running tumbling. There's some more.
A lot of girls involved in the tumbling.
And you have to when you have 18 on the mat. Nice layout. And we're going to go into their pyramid.
Very nice. The crowd loves it.
And I heard they had to make some last-minute changes to their pyramid routine. They lost a teammate last night.
Yep, they did lose one competitor. Oh, that's a great visual flying out of the back.
That's a nice pull-up.
The crowd is pumped.
that spirit.
They are pumped up. East Lyme looking to knock off NFA. That might be the routine that can do it. The crowd loves it.
Yep.
The sports doctor has two very tired and very happy Vikings. Sports doctor.
Casey, Alana, and Kenzie here. One's the rock, one's the star. When you put them both together, you got a rock star. What a great performance out there. Talk about it a little bit.
I mean, our team is just so awesome, and we performed really well, so it was really awesome. We really just put everything out there, and we hit, so I couldn't be more proud of our team.
Kind of feels like a home meet. There's so many East Lyme people here. How does the crowd juice you guys up a little bit?
So amazing how our whole town comes out. Even people out of our town cheer us on. It's so amazing. It makes us feel awesome.
All that work in the 3 minutes, what do you think the best part of the performance was?
Just everything. We just came together as a team and pulled it off, and I couldn't be any more proud.
Listen, Casey, I think East Lyme has just set a new bar here at DX. Great job, girls. Case?
Thank you, sports doctor. You know, they came here looking to win. They had a good competition in Griswold. It's never easy to go after NFA, but I can't wait to see the judges' scores for those two teams. That was definitely, they set the bar high and they reached it.
They sure did. And I think coming off of those wins, that win from last weekend, that gave them just this week to clean up, not having to change too much, except those changes they had to make when they lost their player this morning. But they did good.
Now, speaking of hyped up and dancing, it's time for the Wolverines. Griswold and Coach Shannon Whitney, and I'll tell you, this is a big squad as well. Small school, big squad. And I have some family who are part of the Griswold cheerleading group, and I know for a fact they take their cheerleading very seriously. In Griswold, 15 girls on the mat is a very good size for Griswold. Now, they had 5 seniors graduating this year. They're going to have 8 more next year. So 13 of this group is gone within the next year. So they're building from the bottom. They have captains Lindsay Mann and Emily Schaefer, and this group, the coaches love them. They lost an entire month because of COVID spiking in the school. So they also have lost teammates due to injuries and other factors. So this group is just trying to stay together, and they're very excited. But more importantly, 4 years in a row, they've won the Colby Souza Spirit Award at the ECC.
Yeah.
So, you know what? This group of girls has a tradition to follow at Griswold High School, and they're going to be our next competitor, and they're going to be representing Division III, where we saw Wheeler, Rocket, Plainfield bring it, and now it's Griswold's time in Division III.
Yeah, no, and Griswold's known for their sportsmanship, for their school spirit. And I don't know if you saw that little mini cheerleader that was in the crowd, future cheerleader, little baby, wearing some Griswold uniform. It's cute. Oh, there she is, little future cheerleader.
They should just roll her out on the mat. You'd win anything. I'd give you anything you want.
Right. All right, here's Griswold, take them out. So open with some standing tumbling, and they're going to move into some basket tosses.
First team appearance in 2 years at a competition. Not since the States in 2020.
Yeah, that's right, Casey. So although they hosted a competition last weekend, they did not compete on it because they were the hosts. A nice pyramid back there with some running, tumbling.
So they literally have not competed as a team in 2 years. They're back here at the ECC Championships at Waterford High School. The Wolverines.
All right, good pick up. synchronized jumps.
I always love Griswold's colors, the green tops on the mat. I always love their uniforms.
Oh, me too. Although I am a little partial considering I coached there for a number of years.
Yes,
I do love some green and white. Good partner stunt. Going to Arabesque. Okay, now they're going to go into their pyramid. Nice conversion, nice hit. I got this. They had a little bobbled, but they picked that up, and they're able to catch up right now. And they're gonna go right into that dance.
Bring it home here.
So now they have they can breathe for a second.
Very nice.
Cute little partner thing that they added. Good use of that floor. Good job.
There you go, Griswold High School.
Good job, Griswold. And so when we talk about good use of floor, that's really just when they're doing that dance. The goal is to work on some double time. So you want to be double the count. You want to use the floor. You want to have lots of variety and flair. And those are the things that the judges are looking for to really maximize those points. And so in dance, your high energy, you can do all that. That can help boost up your points and then maybe help in case you have bobbles in your routine.
Well, it's been 2 years, Sports Doctor, since Griswold was competing. Here they are, two Wolverines.
Hey, Casey, Lindsay, and Emily from Griswold. Listen, you guys really brought it home. Strong finish to the performance. When you're working through some mistakes, what's your mindset bringing it home?
Just to really push through and do everything that you can, and even if you mess up, just keep up your energy.
You know, a lot of pyramids out there, a lot of teamwork. You know, talk about everybody working together to make the pyramids work.
Honestly, it takes dedication and just teamwork. Because when the girls don't work together, it's a struggle, but we're such a team. And we take everything, and we just take it. We go for it, and we just hit perfect.
And a lot of smiles and a lot of hard work. I'm sure you get that from the coaches.
Our coaches are a big part of our energy. They're the ones that keep us all together, honestly. They are the best coaches that are out there.
Great job, ladies. Griswold High School, excellent job. Case?
Thank you, Sports Doctor. It's the 2022 ECC Cheerleading Championships, and it's brought to you by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, we provide essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality. Enhancing and supporting the vitality and livability of the communities we serve, it's Groton City Utilities. All right, we'll be back with Killingly High School right after this.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
Well, a school that's had a lot to cheer about, Killingly High School, state championship in football. The wrestling team just took home the ECC championships in wrestling. Killingly High School has been fabulous all fall and all winter, and this group of cheerleaders was building on something 2 years ago. They were second in the ECCs, only lost by 5/100ths of a point. They placed first at NECA. They were third in the state for Class L, and then of course COVID hit, and here we are 2 years later, but they've got 10 girls that are going to be on the mat, and head coach Sarah Colston really likes the state of Killingly cheerleading. But that 2 year, no school probably was affected as much as Killingly. They were right on the cusp of being champions, and then they lost 2 years. It's almost like they got to rebuild it.
Yeah, absolutely, Casey. And so I had the pleasure of watching them during the warm-ups. They marked a lot of their stunts, but I could still sense their energy, right? So they have great energy on the mat. So I'm really excited to see how they do that full out. So I'm really excited to see what Killingly's going to bring.
Up next is Killingly.
Well, 5 nominees for this year's All-Star competition. Killingly's definitely got talent, and then they will be on the mat.
Killingly, you may begin when ready.
Nice opening.
4 seniors, Peyton, Maya, Rachel, and Joanne, anchoring this Killingly squad.
They're going into some nice variety for their partner stunts. That's good. Some nice full up to heel start. Some really good TikTok, really strong partner stunts. All right, this is some nice running tumbling. For 10 girls, they have a lot of tumblers. And
Yeah,
that's, again, great. You need all tumblers when you have a smaller team to maximize those scores.
Yeah, I saw 5 different girls tumbling.
Good hit on pyramid. So you see a little inversion to a lib. And now they're going to do the other flyer.
Very smooth,
Nice switch up.
very smooth.
Nice. It would have been a heel stretch, but they saved it. It's a good catch. Now they're going into this is their dance, their finale. Good job.
Killingly High School. Crowd enjoyed the routine. They are, of course, competing in Division II following Ledyard and Waterford. And so far, Division II has had 3 very solid, very strong routines. The Sports Doctor will have 2 very happy Killingly High School cheerleaders. Sports Doctor, let's find out how Killingly thought they did.
Hey, Casey, Joanne and Rachel here. First of all smiles. How do you think you did out there?
I think we did the best we could. You know, we didn't hit everything, but I still think we did really good.
You know, you talk about, senior-laden crew out there and what COVID did to cheer and more sports in general. Yeah, how proud of your team that you're out there tonight doing this?
I'm really proud. We've been working so hard for this moment, and I'm proud of my team.
Now, does the energy come from the teammates? Does it come from the coaches? Come from the fans? Everything?
Yeah, it comes from everyone around us.
Well, listen, Killingly has done very well in sports, in football, wrestling, and cheer is no different. I mean, talk about the pride you guys have in the athletic department.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a lot of pride in our sports, for sure.
No doubt about that, Casey. Chad Neal will tell you that. Great job today, ladies. Casey?
Thank you, Sports Doctor. So far, we've seen Wheeler in Division III, and we've seen Waterford in 2, NFA in 1, Plainfield in 3, Ledyard in 2, and then East Lyme, Griswold, and Killingly. So we've now seen a taste from multiple teams in all of the 3 divisions. So far, what stood out for you?
Some of the things that have stood out for me, one was the great execution from Wheeler, right? I loved how Sherry and her coaches have really incorporated a lot of variety and flair. NFA, strong, solid routine, trying to compete, right, and hold that #1 spot. And it was a good, solid routine. I liked what East Lyme brought. A lot of energy, some really good, solid partner stunts for sure. Everyone's brought in something unique. There's been a great use of floor for the dances, and I really like just the fact just to see these teams out on the mat and smiling is what's been really fantastic.
We're about to embark on our final grouping. Woodstock will be up out of Division 1, then Montville, the final Division 3 team. I'm excited about Montville. And then back-to-back teams out of 2. Of course, Bacon Academy in New London, my alma mater and my son's high school. So my heart goes out to Bacon in New London, and they're finishing the last 2 spots to kind of bring the house down. The Whalers, who we've seen really electrify in the last few years, bringing it. So right now, the mat belongs to Woodstock Academy. They would be a co-ed team for state competition. Always good to see how they incorporate all these athletes. A good-sized squad of 15, and then the mat will be theirs for Woodstock.
Yeah, so Woodstock will be the first of 2 co-ed teams we'll see here tonight. Oh, and then there's Wheeler cheering on Woodstock. So they spent a lot of time this week, not
really
only
did.
practicing but making a lot of great posters.
You know, no matter what happens in terms of the winning of the competition, Wheeler really needs to be singled out for their extraordinary sportsmanship today to cheer in the cheer competition, to cheer for everyone. Yeah. Give them a lot of credit. Woodstock Academy, the Centaurs are on the mat.
Woodstock, you may begin when ready.
Okay, so this team's going to open with some great synchro jumping. I always like to see how teams are going to open up their routine.
Well, I mean, this is a competition. It's also entertainment, and if you look at any sort of how you format an entertainment or a show, you got to grab people right off the bat. So you got to do something right off the rip to sort of grab your attention, and then you got to bring it home at the end, right? So I love the same thing. How do you start, grab my attention, either visually or with a skill set that is going to get you some points?
Exactly. And you have to remember, choreography is also on these score sheets. While it might not be the whole thing, it's important. And choreography is a great way to boost up those points in case you have any bobbles anywhere else. So there's always areas in the score sheet. So this is a nice single base to a limb. You saw the one base underneath. Pyramid Woodstock. Looks like they're going to go into their partner stunts next. Or perhaps basketball switch.
I like the energy.
Yep. Great variety of music today.
I have enjoyed the music as well.
Great job, Woodstock.
Woodstock, the Centaurs, 15 strong. Always feeling good after it's over. 3 minutes of energy followed by a deep breath.
Yes.
Sports doctor.
You can finally breathe again.
2 Centaurs.
Casey, I got Maggie and Samantha here. Listen, what a performance. How do you think you guys did?
I think we did good.
The best part of it, the end maybe, the freestyle?
Yeah, I I think that was the most fun part.
Yeah. Now talk about the teamwork and the preparation, and it's over in a flash. So what goes through your mind when you're out there?
Well, like, we have a lot of new girls, so we're teaching them new things every single day, and they're ready to learn, so.
Now, how about from the coaches, too? What kind of energy you guys get from the coaches?
They're so, like, positive. They tell us every day, hey, keep working, and it's just, like, an amazing environment to be in.
Yeah. Now, this is a lot of fun, though, isn't it? I mean, you go through all the season, you do the basketball, the football, but this event, this is a lot of fun.
Definitely, this is the most fun.
Yeah. Hey, Casey, Woodstock doing great things up there in Connecticut. These girls are rocking it. Good job, ladies.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Now, I should make note that if you were wondering what happened to Fitch, they were scheduled to go first. I believe they're going to be going last to close the competition. So if you were wondering what happened to the Fitch Falcons, they are still due, and that's important because Fitch was originally scheduled to open us up, and Wheeler instead did, so the Fitch Falcons should be going last. If that's the case, then you're going to have Bacon, New London, and you'd have Fitch, your final number one Division I school. On the mat coming up, very excited, Montville High School, the Indians. Now, this team, very young, of course, only 3 returning cheerleaders, 5 seniors this year, Captain Lily May. The words used to describe them, enthusiasm. Their choreography, supposedly spectacular in their dance, very strong motions. The coaches love this team. They think that they are poised to do something big. And, you know, as the last of our Division III teams, this is wide open. We saw Wheeler leading us off, but Division III is wide open, and Montville certainly has a chance to make some noise here in Division III.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm looking back at my notes, and Division III for me is still wide open. It's still unknown which way it's going to go. I'm excited to see what Montville's going to do, especially showing they have some showmanship flags. I see some signs there. So it's the first team we're seeing tonight that brought in the props. So I'll be curious to see what they do.
And I am very much about the props. I always have been. I've always thought it adds a little something. Now they're 15 deep, so that's a big squad as well. One of our bigger squads today, 15. So it's a lot of people out there. But they've got the flags and the signs, like you said. And for me, you know, it adds that little extra bit. And when you're talking about 5, we just saw Killingly, right? 5/100ths of a point.
Know.
Anything you could do to add a point here or there might be the difference. So.
Exactly, and that's the choreography. Those are your visuals. That's going to be your execution. Those are those point 5s that are, you know, incredible to help you capture that number 1 spot. And so something else tonight, Casey, what you might notice, the scores, I think in the past at ECCs have been out of 200. But tonight they're going to be out of 100 because there's going to be 1 judge for each category tonight.
Is that because of a change in scoring, or just a lack of judges, or is that just something that happens once in a while where you don't have as many judges?
It happens once in a while, I think, and there might have been some changes this year, so I think that's why they went with 4 judges. It could also be a COVID thing.
All right, Montville High School. It is your time to shine here at the 2022 ECC Cheerleading Championships.
Montville, you may begin when ready.
I love it.
Yeah, they're opening right up with some nice crowd response cheers.
Very nice. MHS, Montville High School. Flags, signs, and now it's time to shine.
Doing some partner stunts. Looks like we're going to take those partner stunts and move them into a pyramid. Nice.
Oh, they hit it. They like it.
They had struggled with that one a little bit in warm-up, so I'm really happy to see that hit. So great job, Montville. Okay, good job. Nice little formation change. Going into their basket tosses.
Well done. Can they catch and repeat? I can see they're going for the repeat toss. Very nice.
They're going to go in their partner stance. They're going into another pyramid. You can see Montville's getting a little bit tired, but they're still finding some energy to push through for that dance.
This is the strongest part of their routine, they believe.
You can see it in their faces.
Get to the part you're comfortable with, and then you know you're strong.
Exactly. Great job, Montville. So great use, Casey, of those props right away.
I have to say that the props use was definitely one of my favorite parts, but I also really like how they kind of, like you said, grind through some of the little, bumps.
Yep.
Get to that dance, which they felt was going to be something very strong for them, and they really did. They brought it home with an energy that, and if you can finish strong and start strong,
yep.
That's what they did, right? They started strong with the prop use, they finished strong with the dance. Maybe you can overcome a little bit of the bumps in the middle. But regardless, the Indians should be happy, Sports Doctor. What do you got?
Hey guys, I got Ava and Lily here, all smiles. Ava, you guys came out with a house of fire. You had to work through a few kinks. How did you guys pull it together?
Honestly, we had a lot of rocks throughout the season, but with all of our pressure and being here today, really just put us all together.
Now, the best part of the performance, what do you think it was?
The dance. I love the dance. The dance goes hard, and everybody looks like they're having a great time, and we hit that.
You guys work all year long, and it comes down to 3 minutes on the mat. What's it like waiting? What's it like waiting your turn?
It's the worst part. I'd much rather go first instead of seeing everyone else, and then you're like, okay, they didn't hit that, we have to hit it.
You guys did a great job, coaching staff. They were all cheering you on over there. What kind of energy you get from the coaches?
They're very excited. They're so proud of us. They keep reminding us how proud they are of us because we've worked so hard this season. We've had so many obstacles that nobody knows about, only us. And I'm so glad that my team is my team because they're all my best friends, and I love my coaches. So
you guys want to say hi to Casey in the camera? Say hi, Casey. Hey, Casey, there was a song called "The Waiting is the Hardest Part."
Sports Doctor, well, they certainly made it through, and you can see Wheeler's letting us know who's up next.
Yep.
It's the Bacon Academy Bobcats. Now, I told you I got an in at Bacon Academy. The junior voice at game day is home, and he says, Dad, wait till you see Bacon because they have a freshman named Oscar Amaro. They call him Backflip Kid at school.
Oh, wow.
He's a freshman, and he's part of the cheer team. He said, I can't wait to see what they bring together because at school, he's doing flips and stuff all over the place all the time.
Oh, wow.
As a freshman, to get the nickname Backflip Kid means he's ready to rock and roll. And like I said earlier, I know a lot of these girls. Some of these girls, I've watched them growing up since their days of cheerleading for the Cougars football, and now it's their time. Their coach says they have mostly freshmen, one sophomore. It's a brand new team, but they did increase their score by 30 points between their two competitions.
Yep.
So, they're just hoping to increase, get a little better, make an improvement. Basically, all they want to do is repeat that last score or improve on it a little bit. It's a small group, but this is a good group of kids coming out from Bacon Academy, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bobcats bring.
Yeah, so another one of those young teams, but with young teams comes greater opportunity down the road, so you don't lose anyone this year, and you can continue to build that skill set, build that flexibility, build the difficulty. Going from bumping up 30 points from one comp to another. That means that team has worked very, very hard, made a lot of changes, learned a lot of things on how to, again, maximize that score. So I'll be excited to see Bacon. I did not get to see them on the warm-ups today.
Well, I've been watching Evie and Fiona and Savannah and these girls cheering since they were, 6 years old. And Bacon Academy, I love the colors, I love the blue and gold. They're getting the crowd fired up right now. They know it's near the end of the competition, right? They're competing and they're right before New London, another Division II rival here today. They followed off of Killingly and Waterford and Ledyard, so Division II is the biggest of our divisions today. They have that one extra team. And for a young team like Bacon, just an opportunity to come out here in front of this crowd who's so excited and been so amped up all day. So looking forward to seeing what the Bobcats bring.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And in this division, all the divisions, but this division especially is still a little bit of a question mark for me. All the teams, so talented.
Now, I am prepared at the end of this competition to give you my picks for the champions of each division before the judges release them. Now, I want everyone at home to understand that I am basing that on zero technical understanding of cheerleading. I am basing it entirely on what I saw, and that's probably the worst thing to do, but I'm going to give you what I saw. Sports Doctor, what do you think?
I think the fans are in for a real treat because I do think you're an expert. You say you're not, but I think you are. Listen, this is your backyard right here.
That's right. The Bobcats ready to bring it home here. Bacon Academy is on the mat. One of three teams that are co-ed today. Woodstock Academy was the first. Bacon's your second. New London will be your third. Good job, Bobcats.
Yeah, they're opening with some nice energy. Good inversion.
Happy so far. They like how they're starting.
Yep, a nice dismount out. For 8 people, good use of the floor.
All right, here comes the tumbling. Oh, you nailed it, Oscar. Oh, very nice visually.
Yep,
Plus, if you're going to rock out to some Celine Dion, then you better bring it.
Right.
Although I'm not sure I'd use Titanic. Oh, the crowd loves it.
Shapir is doing really good. Good job. So again, single base pyramid.
Here we go. All right, Bobcats.
Good job, Bacon.
The Bobcats brought it. Great job. They're excited. A lot of energy. Smaller squad, but you can't argue with the energy they brought. Sports Doctor's going to have a couple of them, Bobcats. Here we go, Sports Doctor.
All right, Casey, the Bobcats in the house. Boom shakalaka, you girls destroyed it out there. How do you feel about the performance?
I feel great. As an almost all freshman team, our improvement this season is so great. Like, I'm so beyond proud. I could not be happier.
Right, with small numbers too, everybody has got to work extra hard together or else it doesn't work. Talk about the teamwork.
Yeah, we've worked so hard this week with so many changes going on. I honestly think that the teamwork is what got us through this. It's just, I'm so proud of everybody this week. It's amazing.
What was the funnest part of the performance?
I think the tumbling, we knew we hit it. Everything just, as soon as you hit it and we all look at each other and you just feel the energy and it's just constantly pumped up. It's great.
All right, so listen, my broadcast partner, Casey O'Neill, his son goes to Bacon Academy. So look at the camera and say, hi, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Well, the taller of the two was Evie, and I've known Evie since she was 5. So very, very proud of the Bobcats. Speaking of very proud, my alma mater's up next. The green and gold standard. The Whalers are ready to bring it as well. Another of the co-ed teams coming up. Sports Doctor, what are you thinking?
Hey, listen, I thought Bacon Academy was tremendous. For the small numbers they have, and when you make a mistake in a small group, it's tough to hide because your eyes are basically focused on that one set. I thought they were great. Casey, I think New London's going to rip this place apart.
I think the energy.
They normally bring the energy, they bring the attitude and the style, and you're going to have a hard time making a choice between Bacon and New London. I know they're in different divisions, but your heart's going to be a little bit torn.
They're not.
Here.
They're both D2, Sports Doctor. They're both in Division 2.
Boy, that's right.
I'm going to have an impossible choice. But here's what I will say. New London always brings the energy.
Right.
They know how to work this crowd as well. But for Bacon Academy, I want to, again, the freshman, Oscar Amaro, the backflip kid.
I thought they were great.
That was unbelievable. I'm so proud of them. And this competition, there's your alma mater. You should be so proud of Wheeler. They've been cheering. They've got a sign for every team. They've been cheering everybody. They haven't left the gym. They've been sitting there for hours after they performed. I got to give credit to your alma mater.
You know what? The one thing I like to see about Wheeler, too, they got a lot of kids over there participating. That's a small school, small community, but they got numbers, man.
Yeah,
this is,
it's great to see.
I'm going to tell you something right now. This is a shot in the arm for the energy, for the performances. We went through a couple of dreary years of COVID, but this is a fantastic event.
Yeah, and again, we're so used to oppositional crowds, right? Us versus them, two crowds chanting at each other. Today, it's all one big crowd, and while everybody wants their team to bring home the trophy.
Coach will tell you that, though. They want to win, though, don't they, Coach?
They do. They want to win. They want to win, but a lot of these teams are just happy to finally be on the mat.
And I think, honestly, if you said to most of these girls, if you do your best and you don't win, is that enough? They'd say, yeah. We just want to do our best. Speaking of the best, New London High School, Coach Deb Huntington, 2 returning varsity cheerleaders, a young group, but they do have 2-time All-State Joy Garrett, Captain Janae Jones. They got 2 great freshmen. She said, just like the basketball team, we've got our own amazing freshmen, Tatiana Pemberton and Leilani Robinson, both selected to the All-State cheer team along with Joy Garrett and Sienna Cabaya. They've also, you're going to see senior Dominic Burrell. His nickname is Took, so he's new to cheerleading, but he was able to earn a varsity spot, which puts them into the co-ed division at the States. And in the past few years, I will say, and I'm biased, of course, but New London has been the most energetic, and having them at late in the competition should get the energy back up in this place.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Every year, for all the years I've been coming here, New London always brings a great energy.
New London, you may take the mat.
All right, Whalers, the floor is yours.
New London, you may begin when ready.
Flyers.
Nice basket toss.
All 4.
I like how they did those 4 jumps. Into that double 9 for those extra points. You can tell New London's really been working hard this season. Nice single base. Like they're going to go into some of their running tumbling.
Always impressed with the tumbling, the height, the power.
Yeah, sometimes I've seen New London in the gym warming up and it looks fantastic. Looks like we're having a little bit of an emergency. So they're going to come off the mat for a little bit.
Well, while we sort things out here at the ECC Cheerleading Championships, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
At The Day, our journalists are in your community, talking with business owners, attending town meetings, analyzing data, talking to government leaders, reporting on the issues that matter most to you. Since 1881, we have been serving our community and will continue to do so 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Never miss a day of news. Enjoy convenient home delivery right to your doorstep, 7 days a week. Subscribe at theday.com/membership.
We're back here at the 2022 ECC Cheerleading Championship. So if you were wondering what just happened, without getting into details that we don't have, New London's routine was stopped mid-routine because a cheerleader left the mat. We have no details surrounding that, and the judges will determine whether or not. So there are a couple of options of how they can proceed. Why don't you walk us through some of the possibilities?
Yeah, Casey, there's a couple options how they might be allowed to proceed and how the team decides to proceed. They might be able to come back on the mat and start right where the clock stopped and finish off, or they might have to just take their score up to where the clock stopped and not come back on the mat.
I think the sports doctor went over to speak to the judges, and we're going to get an answer from the sports doctor. What do you got?
All right, so what happens is the team can go out and start their routine from the beginning, but they'll be judged from when the girl left the mat.
Yep.
So the beginning of the presentation has already been judged.
It's just there for the timing purposes of the routine.
Yes, so they have the opportunity to go out and redo it. Whether they're going to do it or not, I don't know. They didn't say anything, but that is what their options are.
All right. Well,
Okay. All right, so we'll wait and see that. So it'll be up to the team to decide, and hopefully that team member is okay, and they'll be able to go back on the mat, or they might just have to go back on the mat without that team member and just finish out that routine.
And they're figuring that part out right now. And then, of course, the final, so we'll have either Fitch and then New London, or New London and Fitch, or just Fitch.
Right.
But Fitch is going to be going up either now or after New London, like we said, and so we'll be waiting that. So definitely unexpected, but they'll roll with it. Nothing that our judges haven't seen before. And obviously for New London, regardless, not what they wanted to see from their performance today. They were doing well up till that point.
Yep.
I did not see her leave or when she left, so one of the judges was able to catch that. One of the things that does go unspoken here, though, I have watched at least 4 girls at the end of the routine need to be helped off the mat, which means that they twisted or pulled or hit something and finished the routine. So
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of it today, Casey. I was going to mention it.
all right, your final competitor in Division I, it's the Fitch Falcons. 17 athletes, the biggest since 2017, 7 seniors, perhaps the most veteran team here, 3 returning from 2020. Coach Melissa Robinson says this group is coming to win today. Anchored by seniors, size. The Falcons get the final spot here in the cheerleading championships. Big group out there, 17, so that's as big as anybody we've seen other than East Lyme.
Yep. It's
Actually,
one of the biggest teams.
Yeah, one different from East Lyme, so.
And Wheeler. I think Wheeler had 18 as well. So yeah, one of the largest teams. They're going to open with some nice standing tumbling and a partner stunt. So again, this is going to be a team that's going to need all their flyers up in the air and maximize those scores.
4 flyers. Very nice. Very nice, all 4.
Yeah, they've been, even though they're going last today and they've been sitting in the stands this entire time, they still have some nice energy.
I mean, they thought they were going first. They end up going last. That's a 2-hour difference.
Yeah. They've had to remain stretched, remain warmed up.
Representing Division I very well. Making the judges' decisions even harder.
Nice pyramid. They're going to bring in a different flyer for the next pyramid.
Showtime.
Looks like they're going to do their cheer. I'm going to go into some basket misses.
Best part. Love the flying.
Seems like the crowd really likes those tosses. Lots of floor work for Fitch. Good variety. Level change.
I love it. Now, the Falcon crowd loves it too, but it's the little things. At the end of the dance routine, the 2 girls up closest turn to the side and give the judges a wink. That's the best part about it. It's little things like that. You put those girls up front for a reason. They're the ones with the attitude, that they're the ones that can sell it. They looked right at the judges, gave them a wink in unison. That is fabulous. What a way to wrap it up here.
That was great.
Sports Doctor, you have 2 Falcons.
Hey, Casey, Allison, and Bailey here. Well, you girls brought it home big time out there. How did the end of that program feel?
It felt amazing for us. This was our first competition. We had everybody on the mat with us, and it was just so nice to show what we've been working for months.
I mean, bodies flying everywhere in the air, a lot of tumbling. How do you hold it together out there so well?
We're just really one big unit, and we love each other so much, and we're such a big family, and we care about each other greatly.
Now, what's it like waiting waiting for all these other schools, and you guys are almost next to last?
It's really hard, but I'm just glad we got to work together and pull it off.
And what's the best thing about this? What was the best part you think about the competition as a team?
The way that we really all pulled together, because every team has their ups and downs, and every team does. And the way that we pulled together was just so amazing, and we all love each other so much.
Great job, ladies. Casey?
Thank you, Sports Doctor. So we have next our 4 unified teams. First up will be Waterford and their unified team. Special note of the 4 of the Waterford unified performers: Isabella Diglio, Olivia Johnson, and my girl, Morgan Santangelo. Always a crowd favorite. The Waterford unified team center stage at the ECC Cheerleading Championship.
Yeah, and Casey, just like the other teams here tonight, the unified teams didn't get a chance to be on a mat and show all their hard work from last year as well. So I'm sure they're just as excited to be here today.
Absolutely. Nice job.
Oh, nice job, Waterford.
I'd like to honor the Waterford Unified athletes, Isabella Diglio, Olivia Johnson.
And there's the athletes being honored with medals today.
Isabella Diglio, Olivia Johnson, Morgan Santangelo. Next up with a big roster of unified athletes, NFA. And I have some friends who have been a part of unified sports at NFA for a number of years. NFA, I know, one of the biggest unified programs in the state, and they have a big roster of unified athletes all heading to the stage now.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that this unified team does practice a lot, and so they spend a lot of time together, not only just on the mat tonight, but practicing and cheering all together. So I'm sure they're very excited to be here today.
And I'm doing my totaling in my head right now for the competition. I'm adding up the points. I have an abacus. I'm carrying the 2, and I think that I'm going to give after the unified competition, I'm going to give my predictions. And I want you to know, I could get none right whatsoever. None at all. Here comes NFA.
We will hold it against you.
I'm gonna name a team, and you're gonna look at me, and you're gonna go, just shake your head and go, no, that's wrong.
I'm not gonna give you my opinion.
NFA Wildcats. 10 unified athletes on the floor, on the mat right now for NFA. All right, NFA.
Oh, look at them go. I love the use of the palms and the crabs with their dance and their cheer.
Yep, anything shiny grabs the eye. I love it.
Look at this sun. This is so cute. I love.
And here's the thing. When you talk about joy and competition, this is a group of kids right now who are just having fun and happy to be out there competing.
Yep. And NFA always picks my favorite songs, I feel like, when they perform, when the unified teams perform. I think 2 years ago, it was something about being a superstar, and today it's being, we're all in this together, and I feel like that really describes what not only today has been, but COVID and everything as well. This is great.
COVID has been a challenge, obviously, for everybody, and you know we've focused a lot on the athletes, but you know all students, teachers, these last 2 years have been so disruptive. The mental health of our kids have been never has been so prevalent as it has during these last 2 years, and you know for the unified athletes, these are kids who are already overcoming so many challenges and are working so hard in life. It's even nicer to see them on the mat with their friends, just enjoying their chance to have that same, because you're right, that they were just as disappointed as everybody else when their competition was taken away. And, to get them a chance to get out there and perform today. And I just love the joy that is coming off of all of our athletes right now. They're just happy to be out there. Now, I do see New London in the wings, which makes me think that they're going to have an opportunity to pick up their competition from where they were before.
Yep, it does.
So it looks like they're going to come in after Unified is done, or are they going to split Unified? I'm not entirely sure, because Plainfield and Griswold are still yet to go in the Unified competition. So I'm going to
guess that New London's probably going to go next, because we also need to spend some time, the judges have to score, but then we need the tabulators in the back, right? To add up all those scores, put everything together, subtract deductions and penalties.
Right. So during Unified is when that can happen, so they want to get New London out here now, finish that up. So the New London Whalers will have a chance to come out. They'll be able to start their routine from the beginning. The judges will score it from the point where the routine was disrupted by a athlete leaving the floor, and they will pick it up from there.
Yep.
So and I still give Wheeler credit, because they still have energy. They're still out there.
I know.
They're still in the stands, getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, they had to go first today. They weren't planning on going first. They thought that they were going to go second, so they thought they were going to have that moment to breathe, let Fitch get the jitters out, and then Wheeler could go. But they went first today. They had great energy, and they've kept that energy back in the stands this entire time today.
There's something to be said, though, about the surprise of having to go first. My son was thrown into a role like that in a all-star game once, where he wasn't expected to pitch, and 5 minutes before the game something happened, and it was like, oh, by the way, you're pitching today.
Right.
And he says, it might have been the best thing, right? Not having all that time to think about it. Instead, just got to go out there and do it. So you're Wheeler, you're like, oh yeah, we're on now, and there's no time to think. You just got to go out there and do it.
Yep.
And that usually is where your practice comes into play, right? Like, that's why you practice. So you forget about the nerves. You just go out there and do the things you were practicing. And I'll give you a tease. They are atop my Division III predictions, the Wheeler Lions. Right now, now I still have some adding to do. I still have to think about some of my
tabulating.
I have some tabulating still to do. I have some deductions I have to take off. But right now, before the math is finished, I got Wheeler atop Division III.
I'd like to see your scoring system compared to the judges, who the professionals are up in front. But I like the way you evaluating things for my Wheeler Lions.
I have to say that Division I and Division III are very, very challenging, because I think Montville and Griswold were both outstanding.
Yeah.
And I think Wheeler. So am I remembering Wheeler right? Because they went first. Am I remembering what I? You got to trust the numbers on my paper.
Right. I thought East Lyme was the best performance overall today.
Well, I'm not going to go to Division I yet, Sports Doctor.
All right.
Don't jump the gun. All right, so the Whalers are getting pumped up. They're getting ready to get back on the mat.
All right.
This is where you have to rely on your seniors. This is where two-time All-State cheerleader Joy Garrett and your captain, Janae Jones, this is where they have to go and get everybody back together on the mat.
Yeah, this is your job as a captain, right? You got to get your team back out there and really just focus and sell that last half of that routine.
And they're not starting at the beginning of the routine. They're starting somewhere a little closer.
Yep. So right now they're not going to hit any of those stunts. They're not going to do any of that because it's already been scored.
Right.
Like, you can do it for marking and placement and timing, but there's no point in it right now. So we'll know right where they pick up. And this has happened before at ECCs a number of years ago. Doesn't happen quite often here at ECCs. We've been fortunate enough, but it has happened, and that's why the judges knew what to do and knew how to react quickly.
Like I said, I've seen at least 4 girls need to be helped off the mat, which means that they twisted something or pulled something in the middle of the routine and just got to soldier through it.
Yeah, I think I saw one run off with a bloody nose. This is not easy.
Not at all.
And you only have those 2.5 minutes to show everything you've been working for all year.
All right, Whalers, here we go.
Right back in with nice energy. Good job, Whalers.
And the crowd appreciates that,
Yeah,
the resiliency here.
Good job.
Yeah, they're getting a little extra love from the crowd because they appreciate this group of girls having to overcome that obstacle right in the middle. The crowd loves it.
There's some nice pyramids, nice variety. They're using different flyers. Good stick.
And we know the dance routine's always there.
They're pumped. Great energy there.
All right, you know what?
So proud of them for coming back on that mat, and look at them.
Hats off to the Whalers, overcoming a paused performance, coming back onto the mat and really bringing it home.
Yeah.
Can't say enough about the resiliency of this group. Proud of them, the sports doctor. I'm sure they're proud of themselves as well as the Whalers overcame an obstacle, and here they are. Sports doctor.
Okay, here we got Dominic and Joy. Boy, you guys came out and finished that program strong. How do you keep your focus through the music to restart like that?
I just think of my goal and what I want to do and how good I want to be and how much I mean to the rest of my team. It's not just about me. It's about everybody else, so I know I have to push myself harder and harder to be better for them.
A lot of smiles out there, a lot of high flying and stuff. To have a split program like that, when you guys have a chance to talk about it, nailing it, how good did it feel to actually nail it?
It feels great. We've been working hard all year long to get this routine, and I know my teammates got this, and we do great every year. So I'm glad that we came out and did our best, and today we showed our skills, and that's what we had to do.
Is it the attitude? Is it the flash? Is it the pizzazz? What is it about New London?
It's just us wanting to prove everybody wrong. Everybody's been against us, We just want to show them that that's not who we are, and
want to show them we can do
how good we are. Yeah.
Well, listen, Casey O'Neill, my partner, he went to New London. So let's give a shout out to Casey. Hi, Casey. How you doing, huh?
What's up, Casey?
Yeah, what's up, Casey? New London's in the house. Great job.
Very proud of my Whalers. Absolutely. Came through today after a difficult interruption. We got Griswold coming up next. They're going to have a Griswold Unified performance next, and perfect on top of the green and gold. Here comes the green and white. They got the pom-pom flash. They've already got me hooked, Melissa. They've already got me hooked.
You're sold.
I am not hard. Give me some shiny things and I'm in. But I love the glitter on these pom-poms. They're reflecting. They really are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
Lauren Frazier, your unified athlete here for Griswold.
favorite Griswold cheers, so happy to see that.
Very nice.
Nice in transition. Oh, some more great music.
Great job, Griswold.
Great job, Griswold.
I'm sure you're very proud.
I am.
Very happy group of unified performers today from Waterford and NFA and now Griswold, all doing great things out on the mat. So there's going to be a 10-minute intermission while they tabulate and they do our scores. So we are going to be back and we will walk you through my predictions. Clearly my predictions, and we'll go through some of the teams we saw today. But a 10-minute intermission here before the champions are named. So come on back. You've been watching Game Day, and we'll continue to watch Game Day live on day.com.
Ever since I was 6 years old, I joined a competitive cheerleading team, and that's really how I got started. I did it for 7 consecutive years, and after that, when I got into high school, that's when I started getting the high school cheer and everything.
She brings a lot of tumbling experience, a lot of flying experience to this team where she's my only veteran flyer. So she's really been able to teach my younger flyers, a lot of different things that maybe even I can't even teach them, because even though I have the experience and I've taught them before, I've not ever physically done it. So Camille is able to bring a lot of that to it.
I did diving, so the cheer really helped with that, with all the flips and twists and everything. I got into it during 8th grade year after I quit All-Star Cheer.
The fact that she understands the different dynamic between different sports teams, on her diving and swimming team, it's a little bit more of an individualized sport, but she still has to work with a team. Here at cheerleading, we really very much are an all or nothing type of team. Everybody on that mat at once doing all the choreographed things and having to hit the things and work together all at the same time.
The pressure, I can say it's different. For cheerleading, it's way more nerve-wracking. Like, I always have the butterflies in my stomach. And for diving, it's just kind of, you just have to prepare yourself mentally and just be calm and just be ready.
We're going into ECCs this weekend. We were the last 3-time champions, so we're going into it as, champions of 2020, and it would be we kind of feel like we have to prove ourselves.
Last year, we barely even had a season. We had a virtual competition, which only included a dance and no stunting.
So I think going into this weekend, they're feeling good, but they're nervous. I said, we're not here to really compete against the other teams. We're here to go look at the score sheet and to compete against ourselves.
Oh, it's great. I mean, I love cheerleading. Cheerleading is my favorite sport. It feels amazing being back on the mat with all my teammates, and just the team unity and everything is great.
Hi, my name is Ann Drago, and I play field hockey at Stonington High School. It was actually a coincidence. I decided that I wanted to play a fall sport, and a few days before the fall season started, I decided that field hockey was going to be the sport I was going to try. I think Coach Jenna does a great job at building players, and you can definitely join as a freshman even if you have never played before, and I think that that's what's great about the program. She's a great coach on and off the field. Definitely puts learning the sport first before winning and being comfortable as a player and things like that, and I definitely think that she has a great knowledge of the game, which really helps. It's definitely those wins that are really close. I can remember I think it was the quarterfinal game that we were playing at home, and it was overtime, and that was our first overtime win this year that we had, and everyone was so excited when we pulled off the overtime win. Definitely pasta dinners before every single game. They're we all run off the field to get there as soon as possible to each other's houses. My sophomore year math teacher, Miss Gothier, who then I later had for computer science classes, who helped me understand that that's something I really want to do in the future. Definitely want to go to college and study computer science and also Spanish, and I want to do that by also studying abroad to help me with the Spanish. And I think I definitely want to play a club sport or possibly intramurals.
Hi, I'm Meredith Haley. I go to Eastland High School and I play soccer. All my older sisters play soccer, so my mom kind of just threw me and my twin sister into Saturday morning soccer, which is for elementary school kids, and we just go and play every Saturday morning and play games with everyone else. And I kind of just liked it from there, so just stuck with it. My mom she always comes to all my games. She takes me everywhere to practice, and I play for her premier team, and she drives me to all my tournaments, all my faraway games, so she's just always been my biggest supporter. My sophomore year, we went to state finals, and that was huge for us because we haven't been since 1998, so that was really big for all of us. And we won ECCs this year, which we haven't done my whole year we were there, so that was huge for all of us seniors. Always before games we have posset parties, and that's just huge team bonding for us. We always stay after all the time, just talk and hang out, and I'm going to miss that a lot. Redding, our soccer coach, is also a teacher at the high school, and whenever I just need to get away or take a walk, I'd go to her class, just talk to her, and she's just always there, always someone to talk to and hang out with whenever I need her. I am going to Springfield College to play soccer, and I'm going to major in elementary education.
My name is Nikki Hahn. I'm a swimmer from East Lyme High School. It's a little bit of a funny story. Swimming at the very beginning was recommended to my brother, and I kind of tagged along, and I've tried a lot of sports, but it's been the only one that I've stuck with for this long. I have to thank my parents for keeping me going and my coaches. It's kind of an individual sport, but also sort of a team sport. So you're working to improve yourself, but you have a team supporting you and your coaches, of course. So I think having the constant support of really good friends and really good coaches has kept me going. The team support being so important is part of what made last year so much harder to be motivated, because there's nothing like having all of your teammates and your coaches lined up on the edge of the pool just screaming for you and cheering you on, and they're all waving at you, trying to get you to, go as hard as you can. I don't think there's anything that can be as motivating as knowing you have that many people behind you and wanting you to succeed. There's a lot of funny memories of things that my coach has said, especially from our trip to California freshman year. We love to quote our coach at each other all the time. At our senior night, they ask us all for a favorite quote, and it's almost always from our coach because he's the funniest guy. And then I think this year one of my favorite and lasting memories is going to be after ECCs, me and all the other seniors, we're very sentimental people, and we all had a good cry together. I'm going to at least try to continue swimming. I think depending on the school that I go to, I think even if I go to a school where I wasn't fast enough to get recruited, I'd still like to try to walk on maybe, because I think, as hard as it can be sometimes with everyday practices and everything, and in college it's multiple times a day and everything, I think without the structure and the team, it'll be, I think I'll miss it. I think it'll be a little too different. So I'm definitely planning to continue that. And then in terms of academics, right now I've settled on I'm going to pursue the arts. I'm going to, I think, try to make a career in the animation industry.
Hi, I'm Jordan Malloy. I go to Bacon Academy, and I run year-round there, cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track. I don't know, it's hard to pinpoint certain memories, but I guess just all the meets I get to go to with my team, and getting to see my family there cheering me on. And I love the pasta parties, obviously. Those are a really great time to be able to bond with the team better. We get nervous before meets and just know that we're there for each other, and it's very motivating to be able to run with other people. And I'm just very grateful for them, and they're such kind and hardworking people. So, sometimes it can be challenging to get out there every day and do a workout, but in the end it will pay off. And definitely some workouts can be a little bit daunting, but So as long as I have like my team there, and even if I'm running by myself, I just try and think about how it will benefit me in the future. And yeah, definitely running is very mental. Honestly, it might have even been like this year where I fully like realized that like the commitment I wanted to put into running. I mean, over the years, I have been running on a team since 7th grade, but I was a little bit more relaxed in middle school and even like earlier in high school. But I think now that I know in the future I want to continue running in college, I think that also really motivates me to want to improve myself. I committed to Stonehill College, and yeah, I'm hoping to run year-round there, and my major is probably, it's still kind of up in the air, but I think my major is going to be anthropology, and then I might minor in like environmental studies or botany or forestry or something to do with the environment and traveling, because that's what I want to do with my future. But yeah, I'm gonna be running for Stonehill.
I'm Luke Anthony and I run cross country at East Lyme High School. It's huge for me. I mean, not only on the running front, but triathlon, which is my main sport. The team culture is such a huge part of it, and even in triathlon being an individual sport in terms of scoring, I still find that the team culture is one of the most important parts of my training on a day-to-day basis. You'll never make it to the top doing it by yourself. It's crucial that you have people around you with the same mindset and the same physical abilities so they can push you in workouts. Same thing in cross country. It's great to be around these younger guys who are getting better day by day and who have that mindset to want to bring themselves to the next level. You can't hide in this sport, which is what I love about it. You know, maybe some team sports you may be able to hide and some of the other team players can sort of pick up your weight, but in running it's only you on that course. It's a team scoring, but once you hit that line, it's everything that you have on that day. So that's what I love about it. It's definitely a mentally tough sport, but it's pretty straightforward, and whoever's showing up that day, the smartest in terms of their tactics and strongest in terms of their physical abilities, that's who's going to end up on top. It's hard to pick one lesson that stands out to me, but the amount of time it takes to go all in on something is an investment. I've learned to not look at them as sacrifices because I truly love what I'm doing, and while there are parts of your life that have to get put on the back burner at times, I believe that what I'm doing and what the team's doing is an investment for the future. On the running front, I'm going to be going to Providence College and doing track and cross country there. I'll still be continuing on the triathlon front as sort of the long-term goal post-collegiately. I'll still be racing during the summer. I did have the opportunity to join the Olympic Development Program, but I do think that this is going to be the best avenue for me to see what I can do on the NCAA front.
And do you know what you're going to study it?
I'm undecided, but I'm thinking about kinesiology or environmental science.
Hi, my name is Seth Cunningham. I play for the Plainfield Crusaders. I go to North Tech. Early on, obviously flag. We went to Griswold. I went to Griswold for middle school, so it was a big part of our life because my brother played, and I always watched him when I was little. And we just got involved in flag, and then that's how I met most of my buddies from middle school and elementary school is through football, and I just kind of grew a passion for it.
How'd you choose Norwich Tech?
My brother went there, and seeing how he got out of high school and how he was successful, it really I was passionate about it. Like, I really wanted to go there. Yeah. A big influence on me? My brother. He's been a really big influence on me. He's just motivated me all the way through when I was little. He's always helped me out. He's taught me a bunch of stuff, and he's helped me train for football.
How is it playing with a group of guys that are not all in the same school every day?
It's an adventure, it really is, because most teams, the kids grew up playing together. They grew up in middle school playing football together. We didn't really have that. We just kind of, at some workouts, we see them, we meet them, and then we start playing with them. It's awesome, though. I love all of them. A lot of it is we'll hang out outside of practice because we have practice, but that other time that we can spend together, it really gels us together as a team. We have pasta dinners every pre-game day or night, and we'll do breakfasts right before the game every time, which we love, and Well, a couple of us will go out to dinner right after we get a win, which is awesome. We all love it.
And who's someone that's been important to you in school?
Definitely my shop teacher, Mr. Stockton. He's helped me through a lot, and he's taught me about the trade, and he's been a role model for me. After high school, kind of undecided so far, but I'm really looking to join the military and then pursuing my trade in the military.
I'm Callie Nanos, and I play volleyball at Lyman Memorial High School. For me, I grew up playing.
All right, the performances are done. The judges are tabulating. The deductions are being taken away, and the athletes are on the mats. We are moments away from your 2022 ECC Cheerleading Championship. So we've established, Melissa, that you're not going to chime in one way or the other.
Not going to chime in.
The sports doctor, I'm going to bring him on because our expert opinions are very important. So sports doctor, your opinion and my opinion. We've got the pro, we've got the expert. She's not weighing in. It's me and you. Here we go. I'm predicting, based on my calculations, my calculator says Division I champion, East Lyme.
I agree.
I'm going to go in order.
I like East Lyme a lot. I thought East Lyme was the best group out of the bunch.
East Lyme, Fitch, 1-2 in Division I. That's my own thing. Right.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid pick right there. I agree.
I'm going to jump down to Division III.
Okay.
My favorite team of the day, because of the sportsmanship alone, the Wheeler Lions.
Yes.
1.
Wow.
Griswold 2. That's my pick in Division III.
I agree with you with Wheeler. With the surprise, you're up. You're supposed to go second. You're up. No time to think. That's the way the sports doctor plays golf. Don't think, just hit it. That's the way. That's it.
I had a prominent former coach tell me that Wheeler was a dark horse today, and it came out.
No, he did well.
Now Division II, though, that's a tough one.
Very tough. I mean, listen, Bacon with small group of kids did really well.
They did a nice job, but I don't think they can get up to the level of a Waterford. I think Waterford's one. What'll be interesting will be, does Killingly slide in at 2, or does New London's regrouping kind of, tug at the judges' heartstrings and vault them to 2?
They could.
East Lyme, Waterford, and Wheeler are my 3 picks.
I like it. I'll stick with those 2.
Based on, by the way, no knowledge whatsoever. Here we go. Your announcements coming up live. Here come your champions.
And Waterford High School for all their help today. I'm going to be announcing the sportsmanship winners first, and it'll be the fall. I ask that all the athletes who are announced, we're going to be having all the divisions of the fall together. Stand up there so your picture can be taken. Starting with the fall, Division I, Fitch, from Fitch High School, Allison Schuler. From NFA, Kaylin Rainey. From East Lyme, Mackenzie Liza. From Woodstock Academy, Marta Del Palacio. In Division III for the fall, from Plainfield, Savannah Dubinetsky. From Griswold, Emily Schaefer. From Montville, Kelsey Beaupre. From Stonington, Michaela Abernathy. Division II for the fall, Division II, sorry. From Waterford High School, Delaney Moriarty. From Ledyard High School, Yuki Kila. From Killingly High School, Peyton Cathell. From Bacon Academy, Sydney Orlando. From New London High School, Janae Jones. Those are your fall sportsmanship winners. Now for the winter, Division 1, from Fitch High School, Olivia Watras. From NFA, Kaylee Kapolotis. From East Lyme, Gianna Di Loretto. And the next one, I apologize if I mispronounce this name, from Woodstock Academy, Leia Pinol Olibigoya. In Division 3 for the winter, from Wheeler, Ellen Anderson. From Plainfield High School, Alice Diaz. From Griswold High School, Shay Sanko. From Montville High School, Lily May. From Putnam High School, James Lazaro. From Stonington High School, Lydia Guzman. For Division 2, for the winter, from Waterford High School, Alexis Dayan. From Ledyard High School, Alexis Wheeler. From Killingly High School, Rachel Sanchez. From Bacon Academy, Eve Savada. And from New London High School, Joy Garrett. Those are your winter sportsmanship winners. Congratulations to all.
Congratulations to our
Now for the scholar
sportsmanship winners.
athletes. Again, I will announce the scholar athletes for the fall. In Division 1 from Fitch High School, Audrey Cruz. From NFA, Kaylin Rainey. From East Lyme, Kayla Gartsu. From Woodstock Academy, Samantha Richmond. And in Division III for the fall, from Plainfield, Abigail Gibson. From Griswold High School, Sienna Castro. From Montville High School, Ava Guerrero. From Stonington High School, Mackenzie Dufour. And Division II for the fall, from Waterford High School, Catherine Cannon. From Ledyard High School, Brianna DaCosta. From Killingly High School, Ava Miller. From Bacon Academy, Gwen Reagan. From New London High School, Ayla Robinson. These are your 4 Fall Scholar athletes. And now for the winter, for Division I, from Fitch, Asiane Merchant Oates. From NFA, Kaylin Rainey. From East Lyme, Hannah McIntyre. From Woodstock Academy, Thao Feng Tu. And now for Division III, for the winter, from Wheeler, Peyton Osborne. From Plainfield, Michaela Barstow. From Griswold, Sienna Castro. From Montville, Ariel Chappelle. From Putnam, Draven Levesque. From Stonington, Alexis Karadimos. And now for Division II, from Waterford, Caitlin Brown. From Ledyard, Regina Pierre. From Killingly, Kyla Lopes. From Bacon Academy, Shay Sweet. And from New London, Adriana Benjamin. These are your Winter Scholar athletes. And now for the All-Stars. I'll be announcing Division I. I ask that the Division I athletes stay up here for their picture. For honorable mention in Division I, Catherine Gouliart. From Fitch, Jalen Barrage.
So they're announcing the All-Stars now. Melissa, what goes into the voting for the All-Stars?
Also from Fitch, Asiane Merchant Oates. And now for your All-Stars. From East Lyme, Annabelle Duker. From Fitch, Bailey LeWork. From East Lyme, Lily Daly. From NFA, Bella Tabak. From NFA, Christina Clements. From East Lyme, Jasmine Hall. And from East Lyme, Hannah McIntyre. Hannah McIntyre is also the top scorer for the All-Star Division I. These are your Division I All-Stars for the ECC for 2022.
So clearly they did not know prior to this. They're learning right now in the moment, including the high scorer who was, visibly moved by the fact that she was the high scorer.
And
so these girls are literally learning in the moment if they made the All-Stars or not.
Honorable mention from Stonington, Ayana Carta. From Griswold, Lindsay Mann. From Plainfield, Isabel Fitch. From Montville, Alna Alvarez. Now for your Division III All-Stars. From Plainfield, Savannah Dubinetsky. From Wheeler, Hannah Wright. From Griswold, Summer Millette. From Wheeler, Alexa Kennedy. From Wheeler, Rose Tardif. From Plainfield, Michaela Barstow. From Griswold, Alexis Johnson. From Griswold, Giselle Coleman. Giselle is also the top scorer for the Division III. Congratulations. These are your Division III 2022 ECC All-Stars and honorable mention. And now for Division II All-Stars, honorable mention. From Killingly, Rachel Sanchez. From Killingly, Savan Feudy. From Ledyard, Alexis Wheeler. From Ledyard, Bailey Johnson. Now for your All-Stars from Division II, from New London, Adriana Benjamin. From New London, Dominic Brown Burrell. From New London, Janae Jones. From Ledyard, Ayana Mitchell. From Waterford, Camille Caldrello. From Waterford, Caitlin Brown. From New London, Tatiana Pemberton. And from New London and top scorer, Joy Garrett. These are your All-Stars for Division II 2022. Congratulations. Up next is the Colby Souza Award. This is an award that is voted on by the coaches. I'm going to read a statement describing the award. Colby Souza had a talent for many sports, but a passion for one, cheerleading. Colby was 21 years old, long Waterford resident. She began cheering at the age of 4 as a mascot for the Waterford Tigers and continued through high school. Colby also cheered for an area all-star team, TVA. She was still involved in cheerleading as a coach when she was killed in an automobile accident on April 1st, 2005. Although Colby was an excellent all-around athlete, achieving 2 years All-State and MVP honors in field hockey and all-area and all-ECC honors in softball, cheerleading remained her love. Colby cheered at varsity level throughout high school, obtaining all ECC status for all 4 years. She was an MVP her senior year. Colby was passionate about cheerleading and about the fact that cheerleading is a sport and cheerleaders are athletes. Her determination and dedication made Waterford cheerleading what it is today, respected and competitive. If you had the pleasure of watching Colby cheer, then you are lucky. If you didn't, then you missed something special. Colby is perfect role model for young cheerleaders. She had a love for a sport that showed her every time she took the floor for competition. She was a fierce competitor in the gym and an unfailing, dependable friend for life. Colby's body may not be here with us today, but her spirit certainly is. Her memory will be kept alive by all of those who loved her. I'm sure that she is cheering us on and encouraging us to live laugh, and love every day. I didn't know, so I had to wait. And the Colby Souza Award winner this year for 2022 goes to Wheeler High School.
And well deserved. We talked about them all day long.
Yep.
They are so well deserving. Sports Doctor, you must be proud of your Wheeler kids.
Yeah, I'm proud of the school's spirit and, helping everybody along the way. And it's great.
This
Small
is
school,
fantastic.
Casey, but these kids rally, they come together. It's wonderful.
And this is something that's recognized by their peers. The judges aren't judging them on the Colby Souza Award. Their peers are voting on this, and the coaches submit that.
And they're getting a standing ovation from their peers. And we saw that they got thrown out there first, not expecting it. Not only did they hit a home run, how much work must they have put in? They had signs for every other team, and they stayed and cheered on every single other team.
Yeah, I like it. And the one thing that we've been lacking the last couple of years of COVID is school spirit and spirit for others, and that's a beautiful thing to see. Great job. Proud to be a Wheeler alum.
Absolutely.
I'm not afraid to say that either. Proud to be a Wheeler alum,
Give
Case.
your parents a hand for helping you out all through this season, bringing you to games and practices,
And now
supporting the
the moment we've been
teams.
waiting for.
And
All right,
give
let's
yourselves a
find out
hand for the great
let's
show
find out
and
how good my,
sportsmanship that was
my-
showed
my
today.
mathematics are. I may have missed a point here or there. I might have missed a deduction
I'm
here or
going
there.
to start with Division 1. I will be announcing second runner-up, first runner-up, and the ECC champion. Then I will be doing Division 3 and Division 2, and then there will be an overall winner for the highest score overall. For Division 1, second runner-up, Fitch High School.
So Fitch comes in third. Not surprising. We knew Fitch NFA, very close. I still think East Lyme is your favorite. We'll find out now.
First runner-up in Division 1, Norwich Free Academy.
NFA at 2, which leaves Woodstock and East Lyme. We really thought East Lyme was bringing it, and if they are the champions, just listen for this place to erupt.
Right.
And the 2022 ECC Division 1 champion is East Lyme High School.
Listen to that crowd. Great job, Division 1. East Lyme High School winning, NFA second, and Fitch in third. All around great teams. Close competition.
East Lyme dethroning the two-time champion NFA Wildcats, and the crowd and the people in the gym can appreciate what East Lyme did today. They were the biggest squad. They overcame the loss of a teammate from yesterday. Biggest crowd here as well, and they brought it home. East Lyme, your Division I champions.
Well, Casey, so far you're 1 for 1. Nice job. I thought they had the best performance out of the bunch. I thought they brought a little bit of everything. The style, execution was perfect. Coach,
Is that your prediction for overall? There is an overall winner out of all these divisions. Are you going with East Lyme?
I'm not letting my overall champion out yet.
All right.
I'm going to wait for some drama for that. Next up will be Division 3. But congratulations to the East Lyme Vikings, your 2022 Division I
And
cheerleading
now for
champions.
Division 3. Second runner-up in Division 3 is Montville High School.
I had that one picked. Montville, congratulations. Third place finish in Division 3.
First runner-up in Division 3, Griswold High School.
Second place, Griswold.
Doing good there with
And your 2022 ECC Division 3 champion Plainfield High School.
Oh, wow, the upset. We did not see that one coming. What a day for Plainfield. The girls basketball team upsets St. Bernard's. They're heading to the Mohegan Sun. And the cheerleading, we didn't even talk about them. Again, my calculations. And they are your Division III champions. Congratulations, Plainfield. And I have to think that going first for Wheeler, maybe you did get a little extra, maybe a little extra scrutiny from the judges, and but nothing against Plainfield. They loved their routine coming off the floor. They were pumped.
They were pumped. They were so excited. They were so proud of it. They worked really hard, and here they are. Division III champions.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Plainfield.
Plainfield Panthers. What a day for the Panthers today. The high school representing itself well. Panther pride in full effect. And that leaves Division II.
And they haven't been announced.
And now for Division II.
Because then we would know who the overall winner is.
Second
And
runner-up
I'll be really curious to see how
in
close
Division
everyone
II.
came.
New London High School.
So third place, New London High School. Not surprised. Good job. Should be very proud of yourselves overcoming that.
Absolutely.
First runner-up in Division II, Killingly High School.
No surprise there. Killingly in at 2. And that leaves, I believe, Waterford High School as your D2 champion.
And the 2022 ECC Division II champion, Waterford High School.
Congratulations to the Lancers.
Waterford. Great job all around into D1, D2, and D3.
So East Lyme, Waterford, and Plainfield are your 3 division champions. And we're going to find out your overall champion. I'm going to take a shot and go with the Vikings of East Lyme as my overall champions today.
So fantastic job to Waterford, Killing, and New London High School. I really think that D2 was very, very close. Hard to pick who was going to have it.
Yeah.
Everyone worked so hard. Fantastic.
I'll be fascinated with how close that might have been when the sheets are finally released. I'd love to see how close the competition was.
Me too, and a lot of this sometimes is those deductions, and if there was a safety or things like that, it all comes down to that at the end.
A happy group of Lancers. I am happy that Wheeler won the Kobe Souza Award because I thought their performance was brilliant. So, of all the people that we've picked
Coaches
so far,
are reminded
they've all won
after
something.
the competition they may pick up their score sheets. We have one final announcement, and that is the overall 2022 ECC Cheerleading Champion with the highest score of all the divisions, with a score of 86.15. East Lyme High School.
And there you have it, your overall grand champs, East Lyme High School.
Congratulations to the Vikings, 86 points.
Congratulations to all the teams today.
What a great day.
Everyone did fantastic. Great to see everyone on the mat. I'm so proud of all of these teams, all these coaches, all these athletes, and thank you to the parents and family for supporting.
Coaches, you may pick up your score
Can't say
sheets
enough
at the
about the
tabulators
day.
table.
It's a brilliant day. The energy, the enthusiasm, the athleticism, all on display. The cheerleaders take center stage, and as always, they put on a show.
Fantastic.
The East Lyme Vikings taking home the overall championship. Again, East Lyme, Waterford, and Plainfield, your 1, 2, and 3 division champions. Your next broadcast here on Game Day, Tuesday night, will be at the Mohegan Sun, where we will have your Division I and Division II ECC Girls Basketball Championship. We know that Plainfield will take on Windham in the Division II title game. We know Bacon Academy has advanced, and right now, with 4 minutes left, New London 53-50 over Ledyard. One of those 2 teams will meet Bacon Academy in the finals. We'll have it all for you Tuesday night. For Melissa DuPont, the coach, for Keith O'Brien, Down on the sidelines, and for Peter Wappy and the crew, I'm Casey O'Neill. What a great day. What a great night. Congratulations to everybody. And I'm going to take you out and just look at the joy. Good night, everybody.